At the lowest point of her life, Chen Nan was suddenly selected by the playboy system, and from then on, she embarked on a path of hard criticism against heaven, earth, and air. What's wrong with having money? In my eyes, it's all scum. Disagree. Just give it a fight. This emperor governs all kinds of dissent. P.S. This is a male god article. The previous licking is just a prelude, and it will soon fully showcase the male god's demeanor. Please be more patient, readers. Thank you for your support. Novel keyword. Crazy, do you call him a male god? No pop-ups, are you crazy? You call him a male god. Download the complete TXT collection, are you crazy? You call him a male god. Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Strange Systems. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Strange Systems. Rome is that person in the stands of Area A, the Straw Hat King Chen Nan. It's him. What was he doing standing there alone in the early morning? On such a hot day, there were countless mosquitoes and flies, so he probably stood there all night. It should be, I heard that Shufujia broke up with him here last night. Breaking up. Chen Nan has been following her wholeheartedly for nearly 3 years. She finally nodded the day before yesterday and broke up in just 1 day. I don't know how many straw hats that green tea girl gave Chen Nan. How could she still bring up the breakup? I think Chen Nan suffered it on his own. That's right, even my girlfriend often stays up late and can't bear it. It's too baseless. However, he is indeed quite pitiful. I heard that both of his parents died in a car accident not long ago. He hasn't recovered from the heavy blow yet, and his girlfriend who has been chasing him for 3 years has cruelly broken up. Poor people must have something to hate. 2 girls who were doing morning exercises were jogging while whispering, and soon they became sweaty. Although it is still early summer, the heat is already overwhelming. Continuous high temperatures have led to multiple deaths from heatstroke on the land of China. Perhaps the weather was too hot, or perhaps due to the May Day holiday, there were not many morning exercisers at the Leking University Stadium, which was much quieter than before. In the spacious A area stands, Chen Nan stands alone. My face is grayish-white, my eyes are congested, my lips are dry and cracked. I don't know how many red spots I have been bitten by mosquitoes and flies all over my body. The sweeping heat wave could not warm his cold heart. He felt that his sky was gray with no trace of brightness. After a painful reflection, Chen Nan began to contemplate life. After thinking for a whole night, he finally had an epiphany. I can no longer live in someone else's world. To get rid of the label of being a poor loser, I must become stronger. Rich young man God, would you rather have seeds? My new life goal is to make money crazily, strengthen my body, and become a national male god. The flag had just taken shape in my heart when a mechanical sound suddenly rang out in my mind. Selected by the dandy system, is it? The voice was sudden and the tone was cold. Chen Nan stood all night, his feet were already sore and numb, how could he withstand fear? My legs softened and I suddenly stumbled and fell. After struggling hard, I couldn't get up in a hurry. Simply lie flat. Undoubtedly an old bookworm, he quickly understood the current situation. Common systems in online novels. So, I have become the protagonist of today's world. It's very nice. Is it bind now? Chen Nan answered decisively. Although the name of this system is quite peculiar, he doesn't mind it at all. The system flow novel tells him that no matter what system it is amazing, and whoever obtains the system will become the protagonist. Until the sound of binding was heard, Chen Nan still felt a bit confused. A dandy system. It seems that there is no such system in online novels. And, all my possessions are only 30 yuan, which is related to being a playboy. Perhaps there was a mistake. Amidst doubts, a purple gold card suddenly appeared in the palm of the right hand. Meanwhile, a virtual text emerged before my eyes, name. Chen Nan, intelligence. 10, plus, combat power. 5, plus, skill. 0 playboy value. 0 virtual currency. 8,888.8 billion opening bank. Bank of China password. 123,456 note. 1. This card is made of high-tech materials, with a hard texture that is not soaked in water or fire. 2. To consume virtual currency, specific conditions must be met. 3. The average intelligence and combat power of a normal adult male are both 10. The skill is 0. Chen Nan has no objection, he really doesn't have any skills. A dandy value of 0 is even more normal. He is so poor that he eats dirt, how can he be a playboy? He doesn't care about these, what he cares about is those 5/8. 8,888.8 billion yuan. Surprisingly, it's in billions. I just set a new life goal, are we going to achieve it so soon? Excited, he exerted force on his waist and legs, and surprisingly stood up. I tried to bind a purple gold card with my phone, but it went very smoothly. The next priority is naturally to spend virtual currency. Only when it is practically available is it not just a fleeting illusion. After a slight movement of her numb body, Chen Nan slowly left. At this moment, the fiery red sun happened to hang in the sky, as if indicating that Chen Nan's life path would be bright and prosperous from then on. Chen Nan arrived at the small shop near the back door of the school. He only purchased 1 box of chewing gum. Even if virtual currency cannot be used properly, it will not cause embarrassment. Feeling uneasy, I walked towards the cashier and made the payment using the mobile account linked to the purple gold card. I scanned again. Hey, the traffic is still very abundant, why can't I scan the code? Can't it be used? Just as Chen Nan was sweating profusely in a hurry, the mechanical sound rang out. Host, please refer to Note 2, to consume virtual currency, specific conditions must be met. What conditions? Chen Nan once again gave birth to a few hopes. Virtual currency can only be used by tool holders. What does tool man mean? The person who can help you convert virtual currency into real wealth is bound by this system itself, and the host just needs to pay the bill crazily, just a girl. Not necessarily. At this point of communication, Chen Nan felt a bit overwhelmed. Can't I just spend it myself? I thought that with a huge amount of funds, would be able to turn around and make a living, but I didn't expect to continue to struggle. It's just trying to please girls, we're good at that. But even boys have to flatter. No wonder it's called the dandy system. Suddenly paying someone else's bill, even without distinguishing between men and women, is this not a playboy? What is this system useful to me? Although using virtual currency may be a bit troublesome, the benefits are significant. When the tool person transforms into your loyal fan, you will receive feedback of 100 million Shenzhou coins. In addition, there is also a reward for playboy value. Chen Nan stumbled and said, 100 million. Real currency. Of course, grab the grass. Does this seem to be possible? Chen Nan finally figured it out. Don't bind the tool person to fate, and persistently pay for it, there is a chance to gain a large number of loyal fans. The more loyal fans, the more real wealth they have. With so much feedback funding, it should be very difficult to convert into loyal fans. Even so, Chen Nan is not very worried. He thinks he has a good grasp on licking dogs. How about we also set a small goal of earning 100 million yuan a year? Thinking of the long string of zeros after 1, Chen Nan couldn't help but giggle. Can you pay the bill first and then ghost call? A pleasant female voice came from behind. The sound is so beautiful, shouldn't people be beautiful too? Chen Nan pondered and turned his head to look around. Surprisingly, it's her. Well, it doesn't matter who it is, just be my tool. I wonder if the system might have bound her. So it's who, didn't you go home too? You have to manage it. Ah. Chen Nan expressed embarrassment, but fortunately the system did not disappoint him. Bind Tool Man 1, name. Hu Rong age. 20 years old appearance value. 9.3 The current heart rate is 0.20 points. When the heart-to-heart value reaches 90 points, you become a loyal fan. In addition to providing feedback of 100 million cash, you will also be rewarded with 10 points of Playboy value. By reaching 100 points, you will become an iron powder and receive the ultimate reward of 500 points of Playboy value. In addition, during the conversion process from loyal fans to iron fans, every 1 point increase in loyalty value will reward 50 points of Playboy value. Newcomers and new books, rolling for support. This is not licking dog script, it's male god script. Male god. 1. The front is just a prelude, and soon he will fully display his masculine style. Please be patient, readers. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Real Treasures. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2 Real Treasures Bound. Chen Nan felt ecstatic inside. The next step is to pay for Hu Rong. If virtual currency can really be consumed on her, then I'll take off. But what exactly does the frequent appearance of dandy values mean? Let's not worry about it for now, it's still a circle. Let's figure out the rewards. The process of all tool people turning into iron powder, the name and amount of the rewards are the same. Only one difference, which one? When a tool person becomes a loyal fan, the reward for being a playboy varies. The greater the difficulty of reversal, the greater the amount. This is normal. When Chen Nan was communicating with the system, her eyes were still fixed on Hu Rong, her face filled with ecstasy. What kind of gaze? Have you never seen a beautiful woman? Hu Rong. Loyalty value 0.10. The current heart rate is 0.30 points. The virtual text that appeared before her left Chen Nan speechless. Reduce your heart rate with just one word of disagreement. It seems that it's very difficult to take her down. Sorry, Miss Hahu, it's taking up your time. To make up for your loss, I'll settle your account together. Hu Rong proudly raised her head and said, no need. What if I am willing to accompany you shopping? Not rare. What if I'm willing to keep paying for you? Hu Rong was a bit surprised and said, are you willing to keep paying for me? Yes. Aren't you chasing Shifujiya? You want to walk on 2 boats. Are you such a scumbag? She asked knowingly, including the 2 girls who were running in the morning at the sports field just now. Chen Nan's expression was calm. She dumped me last night. Was she dumped? You can't even handle Shifujiya, and you still want to fuck me. Do you think I'm easier to chase than her? At that moment, I am no longer the same as before. What does it mean? In one sentence, I have money now. Hu Rong looked at Chen Nan suspiciously and said, if you were dumped, you would have money. Didn't you get dumped because you didn't have money? Do you have any money? Just give it a try and you'll know. Isn't he a weak chicken who can't even get compensation? Why does this tone sound like a hidden treasure? Did he pretend to be poor before? Is the purpose to test Shifujiya? But no matter how he looks, he doesn't seem like a wealthy person. How about giving it a try? Anyway, today happened to be fine. What if he is really rich or not? After hesitating for a moment, Hu Rong hesitated and said, just try it. You buy the order here first, and then we'll go visit the Jinyo Mall. Obedience. My chewing gum is also pulled together. Anyway, it's all up to you to pay. Chen Nan doesn't care about paying the bill. What he cares about is whether virtual currency can be used or not. Without hesitation, Chen Nan scanned the code again. He has made up his mind. If he still fails to scan the code, he will just flash away and don't even want chewing gum. I don't have money to pay, what kind of bicycle do I need? Only 130 yuan will be credited to Alipay. Did you succeed? Success. Chen Nan suppressed his excitement and calmly placed the items in the storage cabinet. Then, the two of them headed directly towards the tourist shopping mall. Leaving only the cashier messy in the wind, this kid pretended to fail scanning the QR code before, but actually wanted to chat up with that classmate. This young man has too many tricks. Hu Rong couldn't help but sneak a few glances at Chen Nan. This guy looks poor, but he is extremely skilled at paying the bill, and at first glance, he has done a lot of this. Could it be that pair of earrings that I have been interested in for a long time have landed today? The way of approaching someone is quite innovative, truly worthy of being the king of straw hats. Chen Nan's face was calm, but his heart was filled with waves of turmoil. Virtual currency can truly become real wealth through tool people. So, isn't it just around the corner for me to forge new life goals? Huh, pretty girl, come to my bowl quickly. This time I'm calling on you all to become my tools, there's nowhere to escape. The two of them each had their own thoughts and only focused on moving forward quickly. They didn't speak or get very close, like a couple fighting each other. Just as she had walked several tens of meters, Chen Nan suddenly relaxed her eyebrows. Congratulations to the host for completing the first consumption of Tool Man 1 and receiving an initial reward of 10 points of Playboy value. Congratulations on consuming for others. This system is indeed quite dandy. Initial rewards. That's right, with the ultimate reward, there will naturally be initial rewards. The ultimate reward is 500 points for a Playboy, with an initial reward of 10 points. So much difference. Mind him, first ask what the value of a Playboy is for. This thing appears repeatedly and cannot be ignored. What are the functions of dandy value, and how can it be used? Upgrade options with a plus, the host can issue commands. Surprisingly, it's an improvement. Currently, only the two items of combat power and intelligence have a plus. So, as long as the Playboy value is enough, my combat power and intelligence can be continuously improved. Yes, up to the ceiling of the earth, there are no bottlenecks. Hush. Chen Nan was really shocked this time. The name of pulling the crotch and the function of being awesome. A dandy system, not a dandy at all. No wonder every time a tool person is taken, they receive so much cash feedback but so little reward for their Playboy value. It turns out that Playboy value is the real treasure. Under careful consideration, I feel that it is appropriate to do so. Without exceptional skills, how can one maintain huge wealth and countless beautiful tools? Giving only wealth, not strength, isn't that a disguised murder? During the communication, Chen Nan unconsciously slowed down. Hu Rong turned around and glanced at him. Did you regret it? It's okay, you can go back now. After speaking, he turned around and walked quickly, seeming to want to distance himself from Chen Nan. Regret. Is swelling possible? Chen Nan hurried to take a few steps. Don't misunderstand me. Just now, I was fascinated by your back. Alas, I used to be blind to Mount Taishan. To compare Shifujiya to leaves and me to Mount Taishan. Can you speak like this? The kneeling and licking level of the Grass Hat King is indeed impressive. However, Shifujiya only broke up with you last night, and this morning you eagerly pursued me. Isn't it too urgent? Is it too harsh to demote my ex-girlfriend to nothing? Humph, scumbag. Hu Rong. The heart rate is 0.10. The current heart rate is 0.40 points. Seeing the virtual text, Chen Nan almost burst into profanity. Why praise you so much that you also want to decrease your heart rate? How can this turn you into a loyal fan? Anyway, let's first try whether the Playboy value works or not. Which one is good to improve? I can't get involved in the matter of binding tool people, I just need to spend virtual currency. Spending money doesn't seem to require too much intelligence. So let's improve our combat power. My physique is indeed too thin and weak. And most beautiful women prefer muscular men. System, increase combat power by 10 points. The first ascent will be very painful, please prepare the host well, come on. Before the words could be finished, intense pain suddenly struck. The muscles, tendons, and bones of the whole body seemed to be torn apart and then rapidly recombined in a sharp tremor. Chen Nan gritted his steel teeth tightly. If it weren't for his endurance far exceeding that of an ordinary person, he would feel pain even if he didn't feel dizzy. The process of improvement only lasted for 3 minutes. Taking a long breath of turbid air, Chen Nan felt comfortable all over. Even produced a feeling of force as strong as an ox. This is certainly an illusion. If only increasing combat power by 10 points is as powerful as an ox, wouldn't the ceiling of Earth's combat power and intelligence be too garbage? The reason for this illusion is that he has improved too rapidly. The combat power has increased from 0.5 times the average for adult men to 1.5 times, a full increase of 3 times. It is inevitable that it will drift. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. The pattern is too small. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. The pattern is too small. After experiencing some physical changes, Chen Nan laughed again and let out a duck cry. How could the value of being a playboy be so useful? Unable to gain loyal fans, unable to receive 100 million cash feedback. These are not important, the most important thing is to complete the initial consumption on the tool person. As long as I receive initial rewards, my combat power can continue to increase. Binding. Consumption. Rewards. Enhancement. Are you afraid that you won't be able to become a peerless powerhouse after such repeated cycles? After being invincible in the world, which is not easily obtainable. Power, wealth, beauty, fame, status. All those who despise me, please extend your face a little longer. The cold sweat generated while boosting his combat power, combined with the stains excreted from his body, made Chen Nan look even more disheveled. Upon smelling the foul smell wafting from behind, Hu Rong quickened her pace. Chen Nan shook her head helplessly upon seeing the situation. He has no other choice, he can't let the girls wait here. Can he go back to take a shower and change clothes first? I can only wait for the sweat to dissipate on my own. Fortunately, the weather was very hot, and sweat flowed and dried quickly. The odor on Chen Nan's body quickly diluted and faded. During this period, he maintained a vague distance from Hu Rong. Knowledge and understanding are the basic skills of experienced licking dogs. He is very knowledgeable, but his stomach is not very sensible, and he just started singing the empty city plan. In fact, this is also very normal. Last night, I was extremely worried all night, and now it's already 3 days in the morning. During this period, I haven't received any grain of rice, how can I not be hungry? And just now, after a round of combat power improvement, I am extremely hungry. Chen Nan took a few steps and said, let's have breakfast first. Hu Rongto didn't respond, no, I've had milk before. But I'm still hungry. What does it have to do with me if you're hungry? It's a big deal. You think, how can you protect yourself on an empty stomach? You're so beautiful, what if you encounter a disciple? You forgot about the Sugar Mountain assault case. I don't want you to be teased and beaten to level 2 minor injuries. Upon hearing this, Hu Rong's face did not change. Obviously, she is also extremely afraid of the Sugar Mountain incident. Just because you don't cause trouble doesn't mean it won't cause you trouble. Although the public security in Leking is good, where are there no black sheep? So during this period, she dare not go out alone, especially at night. Although accompanied by Chen Nan today, he is already thin and weak. If he continues to be hungry, that really can't be a flower protector. Thinking of this, Hu Rong finally slowed down her pace. First, he glanced at the Leking Hotel several hundred meters away with his spare light, and then curved his mouth with a beautiful curve. Then let's eat. Chen Nan sighed and said, who is really reasonable? After pursuing Shifujiya for 3 years, did she ever care about his feelings? Hu Rong was momentarily stunned upon hearing this. Is that reasonable? It seems that this kid has been mistreated by Shifujiya in the past. As long as I treat him a little better, wouldn't I be able to hold him tightly? Hee, my fish pond is going to add new members again. However, the energy level of this fish is currently unclear. Why bother so much? The fish that is willing to spend money on me is a good fish. Glancing at the delicate watch on his white wrist, he said, it's already 10:20, why don't we just have lunch instead? This way, we can save time. It's also okay. Chen Nan nodded and strode towards the small family restaurant by the roadside. In my heart, I secretly felt ruthless. If I don't order 3 or 2 hard dishes, I will apologize to the Playboy system. Picking up girls, of course you need to be more generous. However, Hu Rong did not move at all. Chen Nan hesitated and turned around, only to see her staring blankly at the Leking Hotel across the street. Unable to help but burst into laughter, why am I so wealthy now? Why are my eyes still staring at the small restaurant? What a poor kid who can't stand the stage. By the way, does she look down upon a small restaurant at home? Or do you want to test my finances at a big hotel? No matter what she thinks, it's okay. Taking advantage of her being a tool person, I happen to reward myself. By the way, wash your body and clothes at the hotel. Alas, my situation is still too small. When can we successfully shape the high-end character of the national male god if we continue like this? If you can't even pretend to be forced, it would be too embarrassing. The previous habits of poverty were all bad habits and had to be completely discarded. From now on, I want to treat myself as a super rich person. It doesn't matter whether others admit it or not, I must have this awareness myself. Without unique personality charm, how can a tool man be taken down by kneeling and licking alone? After pondering, Chen Nan quickly returned to Hu Rong's side. Let Hu laugh. You're so beautiful, how could you eat at a small restaurant on the roadside? It's too much. Let's get up at the Leking Hotel. That's a 7-star hotel. It's my honor to invite a beautiful woman to dinner, where is there any murmur? During the conversation, I walked straight towards the Luqing Hotel. Hu Rong hesitated for a moment and immediately followed suit. Leking Hotel is a national chain star-rated hotel and also the most upscale hotel in the entire province of Leking. People who come here to consume are either rich or expensive. Ordinary people dare not even step into the gate. Chen Nan had long wanted to go in and broaden his horizons, but his strength did not allow it. 5 meters away from the entrance of Leking Grand Hotel, 2 welcoming ladies and 2 gatekeepers suddenly bowed at the same time and said, "Welcome." The sudden move made Chen Nan stumble in fear. If it weren't for the recent realization of treating oneself as a super rich person, perhaps one would have jumped into the trap. Is it so easy to enter a 7-star hotel? I thought I needed to verify my true identity. Chen Nan remained calm and coughed lightly. With both hands on his back, he walked in without looking askance. Hu Rong frowned at the unrecognized steps of her 6 relatives. This guy is obviously pretending to be calm. Is it his first time coming here to consume? Is he really just a poor loser, not a deeply hidden rich or poor person? So, how could he afford to pay for it? Keep an eye out for the situation and retreat immediately when you see it's not right. As soon as we entered the gate, Guide 13 warmly welcomed us and said, "Welcome. May I ask what kind of consumption you two would like to make?" Eating. Chen Nan's voice is even colder than his people's. Ah. Guide 13 was slightly taken aback. Do you think these 2 people are either netizens rushing to the scene, or a young couple coming to stay and stealing forbidden fruits? Surprisingly, they are eating. What time is this for dinner? Did they just end the battle? It should be. Otherwise, how could this kid smell so bad? Can't we? Chen Nan's tone became increasingly cold. Of course. May I ask if you have breakfast or lunch? Lunch. Do you have a membership card? Chen Nan proudly raised her head and said, no. No. Without you pulling anything, it's like a 205. The 13th guide muttered to himself, but his face was full of smiles. Please come with me, both of you. After speaking, she gracefully led the way ahead. Chen Nan's mind is very active at this moment. Is she taking us to apply for a membership card? The Leking Hotel is very close to our school. If I could use Hu Rong as a tool to apply for a meal card here, it would not only solve my future dietary problems, but also use this card to attract girls and pretend to be forced. Can't my high-end persona be established quickly like this? End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Successfully caused misunderstandings. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4 Successfully caused misunderstandings as expected by Chen Nan. The direction of the 13th guide is neither the private room upstairs nor the restaurant on the first floor. It is the cashier who says, Sister Ning Hong, these two are here for lunch. Could you please receive them? Good. A tall girl stood up with a smile. Of course, Ning Hong knows why Guide 13 is doing this. This is their hotel's agreed upon expedited rule. Guests without membership cards should try to deceive them into applying for membership cards. In this way, we can not only have fixed customers but also quickly attract funds. The most important thing is that there will be no dominant consumption. Chen Nan was secretly happy, but Hu Rong was a bit depressed. Can we only eat after verifying our financial resources at the cashier? Are you worried that we won't be able to afford the order? I underestimate people too much. However, it's also good to test Chen Nan's strength. Ning Hong hasn't even spoken yet, but Chen Nan started shouting. How are you fat for? We haven't even eaten this meal yet, so we have to pay the bill first. Did you do this? Upon hearing this, Hu Rong's pretty face immediately turned red and she quickly walked away from afar. She is really ashamed to be with others. They are worried that you might be eating a domineering meal, but you still don't know it. Just now it was just pulled like 205, and now it's just 205. It's like losing someone. Seeing Hu Rong moving away, Chen Nan secretly felt proud and said, Little sample, I don't believe you have such thick skin and have been following me with a white face. In his opinion, the next step is to force him to apply for a membership card. In this way, it is inevitable to present a purple gold card. If Hu Rong stays by his side all the time, his secret cannot be kept. But now, he doesn't have the strength to protect himself. So, we can only use this small hand to support Hu Rong. Although those silly words were vastly different from his super-rich and underprivileged persona, he had to show his face for safety. As for Ning Hong, she should keep it confidential for her clients. Ning Hong looked at Chen Nan with a smile on her face and said, Sir, please show me your membership card so that I can arrange a place for you to dine. Does your hotel arrange dining tables based on the level of membership cards? Yes, not only dining, but other consumption items are also arranged according to the level of the membership card. But what if I don't have a membership card? Can't I just spend here? I don't have any pride, do I? Chen Nan's words left Ning Hong somewhat confused. You don't even have a regular membership card, what's so proud of you? You can still spend money at our hotel without a membership card, but you just need to pay a deposit first, he said. After a moment of confusion upon hearing this, Chen Nan immediately stopped working. Why? Worried about me eating King of Fighters food? I'm so thin and weak, do you think I look like someone who eats King of Fighters food? Like. Being thin and weak does not mean being timid, nor does it mean having a small appetite. With your poor appearance, how can you afford to spend money in our hotel? This clause is specifically designed for poor people like you. Disdainful in my heart, but what I said was a different way. Sir, there was a misunderstanding. Please listen to my explanation. Can I not listen? Ah. Does this guy want to cause trouble? Humph, I'm afraid I'm tired of living. Chen Nan successfully caused misunderstandings once again through his genius performance. Although he really wants to take a bath immediately and fill his stomach with delicious food, he prefers to pretend to be a bozo first. After being cruelly trampled on for 3 years, it's time to raise your eyebrows and vent your anger. Sir, this is our hotel policy, not aimed at you, Ning Hong said with a disdainful expression on her face. Why are there such strange regulations? Because our hotel's ingredients are all purchased on the same day, and due to high shipping costs, the consumption price. Chen Nan once again interrupted Ning Hong's words very domineeringly. So you passed on the shipping cost to the customers. Due to the high consumption price and concerns that some people may not be able to afford it, this regulation was introduced. Black-hearted merchants. Sir, I misunderstood again. Chen Nan waved his hand and said, no need to say more. Can you get me a membership card? Is that enough? After 3 years of licking dogs, he had already suffered from the world's glare. Even though I know this is a hotel that looks down on people, I have no intention of overthinking it. He just wants to apply for a membership card now, just want to get Hurong as soon as possible, just want to bind more tool people, just want to wash and eat. Obtaining dandy value is the king's way, everything else is illusory. What he didn't know was that if it weren't for this regulation, he might not even be able to enter the hotel gate. From his appearance, his purchasing power is indeed worrying. Of course, if it weren't for the lack of guests at this time, even with this regulation, it would be difficult for him to enter. There's no way, this is the era of brushing faces and looking at clothes. Ning Hong didn't get excited because Chen Nan said she wanted to apply for a membership card. She still put on a business-like attitude and said, Sir, what kind of membership card do you plan to apply for? In her opinion, this kid was intentionally causing trouble. Or perhaps they came to approach her. His outfit is not worth as much as her nail polish. What can I do for a membership card? He is extremely poor, not even qualified to be a scumbag. What are the levels? There are 5 types, from low to high, namely General Meeting, High Meeting, Silver VIP, Gold VIP, and Supreme VIP. How much does the Supreme VIP card need to be recharged? Chen Nan directly targeted the highest level Supreme card. Either don't do it to the extreme. This is in line with the persona of being extremely wealthy and lacking in resources. 100 million. Dongsang coin. No, Shenzhou coin. Is it so expensive? Can I refund my card without any handling fee? It's possible. That's pretty good. Okay. If I apply today and return tomorrow, wouldn't I be able to successfully cash out? 100 million a day, always cashing out, always satisfying. Just as Chen Nan was ecstatic with thoughts, the sound of the system suddenly rang out. Serious reminder, no cash out or money laundering allowed. Well, there are really no loopholes to exploit. What about the cheapest general meeting? 1 million. Then please get me one. Are you sure you want to apply for a general meeting card, sir? Chen Nan hesitated and said, the general meeting card is only 1 million yuan, it's too little. It clearly doesn't match my identity, so I'd better apply for a supreme card. Identity. You are a poor loser, with the identity of a hammer. Also, how do you feel like the logic of this kid's speech is a bit chaotic? You're not a fool, are you? Supreme card. Are you serious, sir? Ning Hong appeared very calm. The expected discoloration of the flower appearance did not occur. This gave Chen Nan a feeling of punching cotton. Do you think I'm joking? It's so similar. I'm afraid I can't even take out 50 yuan. Do you still want to apply for a VIP card? Are you sure you're not here to be funny? Ning Hong's indifference made Chen Nan very unhappy. I have to spend 100 million yuan to get a Supreme card, why are you still acting so calm? Isn't it time to stare blankly at this moment? Or, can you just jump up in shock? We're just trying to put on a show, why is it so difficult? End of this chapter. Chapter 5. Judging people by their appearance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Judging people by their appearance. Chen Nan felt unhappy and naturally didn't have a good expression on her face. Miss Ning represents the image of Lekeng Hotel. Could you please calm down? You're so excited, aren't there very few people who apply for the Supreme card? Ning Hong was taken aback. Am I excited? It seems like I've always been very calm, right? You are very excited yourself, with such rich expressions. It's really rare. I've been working here for over a year, and I've never received anyone who applies for a Supreme card, he said with a serious expression on his face. Well, congratulations on your successful opening today. Once again, the Supreme card needs to be recharged. I know, isn't it just 100 million Dongsang coins? No problem. Ning Hong. Just now, he was clearly talking about Shenzhou coins, but he insisted on saying it was Dongsang coins. As expected, he came to strike up a conversation with me. Is there nothing to talk about? Stubborn and pestering. This flirtatious level is too low, isn't it? Even if it's Dongsang coins, do you think you can get 100 million? If it weren't for the hotel's regulations, I would have had the security drive you out directly. When Ning Hong was feeling depressed, she saw Chen Nan smile slightly and said, hee hee, slip of the tongue. It should be 100 million Shenzhou coins. As a patriot, I have always supported domestic production. How could there be Dongsang coins in the card? Sir, do you really need to apply for a Supreme card? Otherwise, I have nothing to do to make you happy. Humph, aren't you? I feel very disdainful towards Chen Nan in my heart, but there is still a smile on my face. I'm sorry, sir. I don't have the authority to apply for a Supreme card. A big customer like you needs our manager to personally receive you. Please wait. After speaking, just pick up the walkie-talkie on the counter. Manager Tian, I am Xiao Ning, the cashier at the front desk of the lobby on the first floor. There is a VIP who needs to apply for a card. Could you please come and help me? Don't slack off, I'll come down now. Although separated by the intercom, Manager Tian's voice was still very pleasant, even clearer and more pleasant than the 13th guide, Ning Hong, and Hu Rong. Ning Hong's words are both true and seeking help. Customers who apply for the Supreme card do need to be personally received by the lobby manager to show respect. So, there's nothing wrong with her doing this. Furthermore, she believes that Chen Nan is mostly a disciple. No matter how she responds, it's not appropriate. Please ask Manager Tian to come forward and handle it, neither crossing the boundary nor making mistakes. 2 minutes later. The internal dedicated elevator opened, and a young woman in her 20s and 40s appeared, hurriedly walking towards the cashier. The white shirt and knee-length skirt fit tightly, with a peach blossom-like face and a slender figure. It is not an exaggeration to describe it as unparalleled. The white high heels stepped on the floor with a strong sense of rhythm. Chen Nan's heartstrings trembled a few times in frustration. This appearance, this temperament, this demeanor, a safe fairy. I wonder if the system can tie her up. It goes without saying that she is Manager Tian. My surname is Tian Minyuan. A poetic and picturesque name. Tian Yuan quickly glanced at Chen Nan before looking at Ning Hong and said, Xiao Ning, where are the VIP customers? They won't be angry with you, will they? No, it's this gentleman. He wants to apply for a Supreme card. Sir, this is our manager Tian, and she will handle your business personally, Ning Hong said with her right hand to Chen Nan. Manager Tian's beautiful eyes flashed with a hint of strangeness. I don't know if it's contempt or surprise. However, the smile on his face was very professional. Thank you, sir, for your trust and support in our hotel. I believe you have already understood the VIP card, right? Chen Nan nodded and said, I know some. As soon as the words fell, virtual text emerged. Bind tool person 2, name. Tianyuan age. 24 years old. Appearance value. 9.7. The current heart rate value is 0 points. When the heart-to-heart value reaches 90 points, you become a loyal fan. In addition to providing feedback of 100 million cash, you will also be rewarded with 20 points of Playboy value. Chen Nan almost laughed and let out a pig's cry. Huh, bind another one. Surprisingly, her appearance is as high as 9.7. No wonder when you become a loyal fan, the reward for being a Playboy is 10 points higher than who roams. I'm still wondering why the system doesn't bind Guide 13 and Ning Hong. I dare say they're not qualified enough. The system is so big, can the standards not be so high? I only care about the number of tool people, not the quality. The higher the appearance, the harder it is to win. If you can't become an Iron fan, then you won't get the ultimate reward of 500 points. Isn't it still possible to only receive an initial reward of 10 points? As for loyal fans, the pastoral reward is only a meager 20 points worth of dandy. Not much trouble. Instead of spending a lot of time and energy struggling to overcome difficulties, it's better to bind a few easy-to-take small fortresses. Quantitative change can also cause qualitative change, can't it? Alas, this system seems to be a tasteful Playboy system. That's right, how many dandies are willing to eat regardless of hunger? Seeing Chen Nan staring blankly at the countryside, Ning Hong's heart grew even more displeased. That's all for hitting on me. Are you still thinking of Manager Tian? This kid has a big appetite. I don't know how his lesbian companion looked up to him. With her beauty, he had already been wrong to the point where this guy had to spend time together. A complete scumbag. At this moment, Chen Nan finally withdrew his thoughts and said, recharge 100 million Shenzhou coins to apply for the Supreme card, right? Yes, sir. Although the laughter in the countryside is not very natural, it still makes people feel like basking in spring breeze. Can this card be used for other expenses in your hotel besides meals, such as swimming, singing, and bowling? Yes, sir. 100 million is too little, can we charge more? Of course, it's not capped. At this point, the smile on the rural face gradually stiffened. Judging from his temperament and attire, I'm afraid he can't even afford to swim once in our hotel, and he thinks 100 million is too little. Oh my, this stinky kid is too good at boasting. Tianyuan had no intention of continuing to be hypocritical. May I ask which bank card you are planning to use to apply for the Supreme card, sir? Is this related to the bank? Yes. We only recognize the 5 major banks. Can Shenzhou Bank handle it? Of course you can. That's no problem then. After Chen Nan finished speaking, he immediately reached into his arms. Both women looked at him with hope in their eyes. Although I know he's running a train with his mouth full, what if a miracle happens? Miracles are never lacking in this world. Chen Nan withdrew his right hand. My bank card is a bit shady, can you please ask Miss Ning to temporarily avoid it, said Ning Hong with a casual expression. Do you have any hidden bank cards? Let Ning Hong avoid it. Are you trying to flirt with me? Is there really a secret to his bank card? It should be the former. Do you still want to fuck me, just like you're a dog? The pastoral heart disdains it, but still makes Ning Hong retreat to 15 meters away. She is not afraid of Chen Nan's tricks. After all, there is still a little beauty sitting in the hall, and Ning Hong is also watching from not far away. After defeating Ning Hong, Tianyuan prepared to organize some things on the computer. The coldness towards Chen Nan is already undisguised. She has seen this situation many times. Don't you want to soak me? Then let's just wear it out. It doesn't delay me in handling business. Tianyuan had just opened a document when a specially made purple gold card was suddenly thrown onto her keyboard without warning. Ah, this. The countryside was startled and jumped up. Limited edition purple gold card exclusively issued by Bank of China. The national circulation does not exceed 10 copies. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Money Ability. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Money Ability. The purple gold card not only recognizes money but also people. Even those with prominent identities need to deposit 10 billion yuan in Shenzhou Bank in order to apply for this card. From now on, as long as the deposit is not less than 1 billion, one can always have this type of card. That is to say, those who own purple gold cards have at least 1 billion in cash. Moreover, the status are quite extraordinary. As the manager of the Luqing Hotel, Tian Yuan naturally has a wide range of knowledge. Since serving as the lobby manager, she has only seen Zijin card once. Cardholders are regulars on the rich list, like Grandpa Ma. How could this kid in front of me possibly have a purple gold card? When I was his age, I didn't even know which cards were in the bank. A person with this kind of card should not have such an unbearable demeanor. Is he a super rich and young person who has gone out to experience for the first time in a reclusive family? Is it possible that my wish is about to come true? Thinking of his previous deliberate neglect, Tian Yuan couldn't help but sweat profusely. He quickly jumped up and had to bow and salute. But Chen Nan reached out and held it down, saying, "Don't speak up, keep it confidential." "Keep it confidential, do you understand?" Tianyuan nodded like pounding garlic and said, I understand, I understand." Upon seeing it, Ning Hong's eyes were instantly shocked. "Can't you help it anymore? How dare you act in broad daylight? You're too chubby, aren't you?" "No way. Manager Tian has always been close to me like a sister's. He must not watch her being bullied. He must ask the security guard to send him away." Hey, Manager Tian not only didn't resist, but also showed a respectful attitude. "The situation seems to be a bit off, let's wait and see. People cannot look good, what if they deliberately keep a low profile?" Chen Nan smiled slightly and said, "Can this card be used normally here?" "Of course you can. Can the Supreme VIP card be written as someone else's name?" "No problem at all. As long as you use your ID card to handle it, anyone can write as the cardholder. However, our hotel recognizes cards but not people. Please consider carefully, sir." "Well. Then the cardholder should write it as you." Words speak like thunder. Tianyuan was once again startled and jumped up. "No, that's not possible." But Chen Nan once again reached out and pressed him onto the front desk seat. Soft and boneless, with a good hand feel. The countryside is not pretending to be lofty, but it violates the hotel's regulations. Seeing that Tianyuan refused to accept the supreme card, Chen Nan felt a little disappointed. "Do not worship money. It's another sturdy fortress. Why does the system always make it difficult for me? It seems that if you want to take over Manager Tian, you will need to frequently visit this hotel in the future." Ning Hong is very unhappy. That kid has taken action again, damn it. Then write the cardholder as my companion, her name is Hu Rong. Gu Yuehu, the Rong of Furong, can't be written as my name anyway. After speaking, Chen Nan pointed to Hu Rong in the distance. Unexpectedly hiding 30 meters away. Clear enough. Tianyuan pondered and said, "Sir, is it necessary to keep it confidential?" "You're very smart. No wonder you became a manager at a young age. Is it really because of confidentiality? Is he really the super rich and young of the hidden world family? I am very afraid of trouble. So, I must not let Hu Rong know that I have a purple gold card, nor let her know that I have obtained a supreme card from you. Tianyuan first glanced at Hu Rong from a distance. Afterwards, he smiled knowingly at Chen Nan and said, besides confidentiality factors, is Mr. going to test her? No wonder she's so brainy. Chen Nan's clothes are too low. Key. You understand. There are too many gold worshippers nowadays. Well, even the receptionist can't know the existence of the purple gold card. I understand. This is a secret between me and my husband. Not bad, very upscale. This has just been bound as a tool person, and we have a little secret between us. Tianyuan smiled at Chen Nan and said, Sir, please give me your ID card, and I will apply for our Supreme Membership card for you. The cardholder must write, Hu Rong. Okay, sir. Actually, the cardholder is different from the cardholder, and according to the hotel's regulations, it is not allowed. However, due to the gentleman's unavoidable difficulties, it can still be accommodated. The regulations are dead, but people are alive. Accommodation. If I only have a regular card in my hand, would you be accommodating? Isn't the first step in applying for a card to enter information using your ID card? Why did you change to checking your bank card first when you arrived at my place? Although both ID cards and bank cards need to be presented, there is a particular order to follow. Under normal circumstances, the customer's basic information is first entered based on their ID card, and then money is transferred and recharged using their bank card. If the recharge is successful, it indicates that the membership card has been processed. Manager Tian first asked me to show her bank card, indicating that she doesn't believe I have the ability to apply for a membership card and doesn't want to do the useless work of entering basic information. However, it was also normal for her to first verify her proper behavior. Except for myself, who believes we can get 100 million Shenzhou coins. Although Chen Nan is young, he has worked dozens of jobs. He has seen a lot of human emotions, both warm and cold. His insight is even more extensive than that of many career veterans. Disdainful in his heart, he handed over his ID card with an indifferent expression. Tianyuan respectfully took it with both hands and glanced slightly. So it's Mr. Chen. It was really impolite just now. Let me formally introduce myself. My name is Tianyuan, the lobby manager of Leking Hotel, 24 years old, unmarried. After speaking, he took the initiative to extend his white and tender jade hand. Chen Nan just nodded slightly, without any intention of reaching out to shake hands. Unmarried. Why did she say this? Oh, even the nickname has changed from Sir to Chin Shao. You truly deserve to be the lobby manager, you are so versatile. No matter how powerful you are, you cannot stop the power of my money ability. Chen Nan asked seriously, Manager Tian, were you just looking for a marriage proposal? Not bad. The advertising slogan is very smooth, it looks very experienced. They are all their second tool people now, what's wrong with a joke? Cough. I'm sorry, I slipped my tongue. I have suffered from cancer in rural areas. Feeling both angry and puzzled inside, did he not grasp the meaning of my last sentence? Or pretend not to know? Judging from his teasing tone, it should be the latter. It's so hateful to expose it directly. Is he shameless? You deserve it if you can't find a female friend. Does that Hu Rong seem to have a somewhat ambiguous relationship with him? He doesn't even want to shake hands with me, so he probably didn't look at me. Let's apply for the card first, and we can discuss our wishes later. Recharge 1 billion first, use it up before recharging. Ah. A billion. Just 100 million scared the countryside to the point of charging 1 billion directly. He used to think that 100 million was too little, but was he just bragging? This guy must be extremely wealthy, without a doubt. It's a real hammer. Taking a deep breath to calm down, the countryside began to operate. She is quite proficient in her business, holding Chen Nan's ID card and purple gold card on the keyboard with a series of taps, and her fingers fly like flying with a clattering sound. May I ask which payment method Mr. Chen is planning to use? Can fingerprints be used? It's possible. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. Has ideas. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7 has ideas. The speed in the countryside is very fast. However, in just 2 minutes, he turned around the screen of his laptop and took out a fingerprint board. Please take a look at the card application agreement, Mr. Chen, and after confirming it is correct, gently press it here with his thumb. Chen Nan has so much virtual currency that he can't spend all of it. How could he read any agreements? Without hesitation, he pressed his right thumb. This action once again thundered the countryside. He didn't even care about $1 billion investment. Is it so luxurious? In less than 5 seconds the speaker on the laptop made a mechanical sound. Transfer successful. Received transfer amount of 1 billion Shenzhou coins. The sound was not loud, and Ning Hong, who was 15 meters away, could just hear it. While taking a deep breath, the look in Chen Nan's eyes also underwent a stunning reversal. All kinds of disdain were soon admired and banned. The countryside is not much better either. Although she has determined that Chen Nan is extremely wealthy, she is still greatly shocked. She had never heard of recharging 1 billion yuan to get a membership card. She had never seen a billion yuan transfer within 5 seconds. People and cards are both extraordinary. Her eyes sparkled with a hungry wolf light, wishing to eat Chen Nan. Money can wield power, even goddesses cannot withstand it. Judging people by their appearance is generally a common problem among people. Before confirming her true identity, Tianyuan, like Ning Hong, also believed that Chen Nan was a scumbag eating from a bowl and looking at the pot. Due to considerations of professional ethics and job responsibilities, she is being insincere. However, people always fantasize. She never imagined that the poor and funny person in front of her was actually a low-key and overly wealthy young man. I didn't expect her fantasy to come true this time. What is the concept of applying for a membership card with a one-time recharge of 1 billion yuan? Rich people with a net worth of less than 100 billion dare not play like this. In fact, the true super rich are those millennial and reclusive families. They have one thing in common. They are all very low-key. Not involved in politics or military, nor in the entertainment industry. They have their own unique circle, with astonishing energy. Once this circle exerts its strength, there is nothing in the world that they cannot accomplish. The presidential election, military power, cutting-edge technology, and economic lifeline of the beautiful superpower are all in their hands. It can be said that flipping hands is like clouds, covering hands is like rain. At this moment, Tianyuan has recognized that Chen Nan comes from the super family. Judging from his inhumane actions, it is likely that he is still chosen by the few owners who rank very high in the super family. Otherwise, how could he dispose of such a huge amount of funds at will? This time in the world, he mostly wants to experience the warmth and coldness of the world, master human nature, increase experience, create industries, and even find true love. Also, he should not reveal his identity. Otherwise, why write the cardholder as Hu Rong? And she's not letting her know yet. However, this guy is too low-key. It can be called sloppy. Isn't this place without 300 taels of silver? Obviously a rookie in the martial arts world. No, I have to help him, preferably as a virtuous wife. Where there are people, there is the world, and the world is actually a circle. The circle that Tianyuan is currently in is at best only second-rate. A driver who doesn't want to be a general is not a good chef. She dreams of squeezing into the upper echelons, which is the desire she has developed after working at the Luqing Hotel for 3 years. With her conditions, there is no problem living a prosperous life. But from a rural background, it is even more difficult for her to marry into a wealthy family than to climb to the sky. The tradition of matching families has always existed in China. Most of the elites she knows have already married, so it's impossible for her to give up her powerful background as a wife. Once she follows those people, she can only exist in 3 ways. Golden House Jiao, cage bird, and popular flower. If you cannot become a regular employee, you cannot truly enter the upper circle. Life is abundant, but there is no light in sight. That's not the life she wants. This young man, who is so low-key that he doesn't know the true face of Mount Lu, seems somewhat different. Can he climb up his high branch? Tianyuan wants to give it a try. She dared to have this idea because Chen Nan was clearly inexperienced in the world. That's right, in her opinion. If she were also an old bird in the martial arts world, she would still have time to dodge. How dare she approach higher? I have no background and dare to play with fire. It is very likely that I will be eaten to the pulp. Coincidentally, Tianyuan has ideas for Chen Nan, and Chen Nan also has ideas for Tianyuan. He not only admires the beauty of the countryside, but also admires her abilities. As a tool person, she can spend virtual currency without restrictions, so why not let her start her own business? By doing so, she can quickly transform into a loyal fan, even an iron fan, and also have her own industry and wealth. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 arrow. She probably would agree. The lobby manager is not at the same level as the group president. Moreover, I can offer her a high salary and shares myself. With a calculated heart, the rural smile naturally becomes more gentle. Chen Nan was stunned by the charming and charming appearance. Crying inwardly, unable to resist. After all, she is a high beauty with a score of 9. 7. I'm afraid even the old hands in the flower grove can't stand her proactive gesture of goodwill, let alone Chen Nan, this stunned young man who even kept his first kiss intact. Seeing Chen Nan staring blankly at herself, Tianyuan couldn't help feeling secretly pleased. He is indeed a rookie. And it's just a silly goose. It seems that my attraction to him is okay. As long as he comes here frequently for meals, the possibility of taking him is even greater, and my wish may actually fall on him. Countryside. Heart-to-heart value plus 10 countryside. Heart-to-heart value plus 10. The current heart rate is 20 points. Seeing the virtual text floating in front of her, Chen Nan couldn't help but be taken aback. When she spent 1 billion yuan just now to apply for a card, she didn't even increase her loyalty value. Why is it that now she's just staring at her for a while, but her loyalty value has increased by 20 points in a row? Is the charm in my eyes so great? No matter how spicy he is, it's a good thing anyway. I am a student from Leking University. Starting today, I will have lunch and dinner at your hotel. Both meals must be prepared according to the highest standards, and the cost will be deducted from the Supreme card. Is that okay? Of course, not a problem. May I ask Mr. Chen, how many people do you need to prepare? Without any notification, I am the only one. Of course I came alone. This 1 billion virtual currency has been successfully transformed from Hurong, a tool person, into real wealth. What else is she doing here? Are you here to eat and drink for free? Are we here to compete with you and be jealous? Or to scare away other potential tool people? She is still a student, so her current strategy is not very useful. The top priority is to acquire you as a workplace elite. After all, you can not only provide me with playboy value, but also help me create wealth using virtual currency. And, your mentality is very good. At least know how to be grateful and how to increase your heart rate. Unlike Hurong, who only knows how to lower her heart rate repeatedly. If it weren't for worrying about being accused of being promiscuous, I wouldn't even want to talk to her. Strive to conquer you wholeheartedly and quickly achieve the small goal of earning 100 million yuan in wealth. How refreshing. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Some people rejoice while others worry. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. Some people rejoice while others worry. Okay, Mr. Chen, I promise we will arrange everything for you properly. Prepare meals for only one person. So, Hu Rong's relationship with him is not very close. I come here to eat alone every day. Hee, my chance has come. Thinking of this, the rural mind becomes more and more active. At the same time as handing over the VIP card to Chen Nan, requesting to exchange business cards with Chen Nan for ease of contact. Chen Nan was a bit confused upon hearing this. It's not a problem to leave contact information for each other, that's exactly what he's thinking. Interchangeable business cards. I haven't even touched a business card in my life, how can I have one? Fortunately, he is quite quick-witted and has thick skin. I casually tore off a page of my desk calendar and wrote down my phone number. I also gave away a free WeChat account and a deduction number. The characters are written with dragons flying and phoenixes dancing. The posture is extremely graceful. This move once again made the countryside feel amazed. $1 billion bullet spent it with just one wave, but there's no business card. Chen Xiao is really so low-key. However, under careful consideration, this is only reasonable. A business card has only 3 functions. Contact information, showing off oneself, and emotional investment. As a super rich person, how could he give anyone his contact information casually? As for the latter 2 functions, they are even less useful. He is so low-key, how could he possibly show off himself? He is so wealthy, where does he need any emotional investment? Isn't investing directly with bills simpler and faster? Chen Nan's next words confirmed the hypothesis of the countryside. When handing his special business card to the countryside, he sternly advised, don't leak it, otherwise you will be blacklisted. The Supreme card will also be refunded immediately, and I will never be involved in your hotel again. After speaking, she glanced at Ning Hong with a smile on her face. The reason for not having a business card was indeed guessed by me. So, do I count as the first to receive the moon near the water tower? Tianyuan nodded in agreement while secretly feeling happy. Some people are happy while others are worried. Ning Hong almost burst into tears, regretting her previous contempt. She was planning to obtain Chen Nan's contact information from Manager Tian, but he blocked the possibility first. How could Manager Tian not agree to the reasonable request of the Supreme VIP? Alas, I am truly a desperate person. The big fish, with such a huge size, just slipped away from his hands. I don't blame myself for being blind, I only blame him for being too low-key. If both meals are prepared according to the highest specifications, even if it's just for one person, it would cost nearly $1 million. It's too extravagant. Pioneered our hotel. I'm afraid even Grandpa Ma wouldn't dare to play like this, would he? I really want to give him a monkey. Not only does Ning Hong think so, but also the receptionist on the 13th who came to see the excitement. 2 pairs of watery big eyes are like little stars, blinking and blinking. Chen Nan's entire image instantly became towering in their eyes. Even the faint sour smell on his body became a characteristic label, making them feel intoxicated, thinking that such a man is truly a man. As for the street vendors, it reminded them of Grandpa Ma. People rely on clothes, horses rely on saddles. Grandpa Ma is dressed so plainly, who dares to underestimate him? A true billionaire is just so low-key. Married into a top-tier family as a young lady, they dare not expect anything, they just want to have some connection with super-rich young men like Chen Nan, and it's best to give him a monkey. In this way, the mother can rely on her son for wealth. After all, women only have a few years of great youth, who wouldn't want to be hit by their youth? If you are lucky, you will be able to enjoy prosperity and wealth in the second half of your life. At this moment, 3 front desk receptionists came upon hearing the news. More beautiful than Ning Hong, with at least 8 points in appearance. It can be considered a high-scoring girl paper. A billionaire who recharges 1 billion at a time is indeed a rare animal. The key is still so young. They targeted Chen Nan, and Chen Nan also targeted them. He plans to have the dandy system tie up the 3 newly arrived people. Loyal fans and iron fans are fine, he doesn't want to have too much interaction with them, just aim for the initial reward of those 10 points of Playboy value. After binding, invite them to dine together and receive the initial reward. It's both simple and easy. Exchanging virtual currency for Playboy value is too valuable. He wants to quickly become stronger so that he can act recklessly and not be afraid of others coveting his wealth. The feeling of walking in the night with the brocade clothes is so boring. The system is big, the 3 new girls paper looks good. Can you tie them all up? Don't worry, I'm very strong and can handle it. Cannot, why? Is your appearance not good enough? Do I feel good about it? This time it's not about appearance, but rather their love value has exceeded 50 points, making it impossible to bind. Imagine, if their love value is too high, wouldn't the host be able to quickly convert it into loyal fans or even iron fans? In that case, wouldn't the Playboy value be too easy to obtain? How precious would that be? Is there such a regulation? Can we not be so strict? Do you think this system really has such a dandy? How dare I think that? However, there's something wrong with your words. Even if Tool Man 1 and Tool Man 2 become loyal fans, the total reward for being a Playboy is only 30 points. And how much effort do I have to put in? Where is it easy? Chen Nan was full of grievances and argued with reason. But in the process of transforming from loyal fans to iron fans, for every 1 point increase in their loyalty value, they will reward 50 points of Playboy value. It may not be easy to reach 100 points to reach full level, but it is not difficult to reach 99 points, which is 450 points in between, isn't it easy? I am a top student, but I can't take advantage of the system's loopholes. Shame. This system is also very cunning and slippery, not easy to deceive. Fortunately, a potential countryside was bound before the exposure of the purple gold card. It can be considered a slight gain. 5 minutes later. Chen Nan and Hu Rong finally sat in the luxurious room. Chen Xiao, room 2 is one of the top private rooms in our hotel. From now on, this will be your exclusive private room. Why is it not room 1? Sorry, room 1 can only be used exclusively by our chairman. That room 2 is also great. Does that mean I am the most prestigious guest in your hotel? Yes, Mr. Chen. Okay, let's serve the dishes. I used to dare not even step into the entrance of Leking Hotel, but now I have become the most prestigious VIP. What an unpredictable world. Chen Xiao, do you personally order the dishes or is the hotel providing them for you? You can match it and double it at the highest standard. Double it. Your listening is very good. 2 distinguished guests, please wait a moment. After leaving the countryside, Chen Nan quickly rushed into the bathroom. After locking the door, simply stripping it off is a complete wash. Wash your body and clothes. Fortunately, the top-level elegant room is equipped with a dryer, which doesn't take much time. The sour smell all over his body had long been unbearable for him. His bottom line in life is that he can be a little poor or not very shameful, but he must never be sloppy. I'm about to enjoy a big meal, how can I lose my appetite on my own? End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Everything for the sake of Playboy value. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Everything for the sake of Playboy value. Chen Nan had just finished tidying up when the elegant room rang, and more than 30 beautiful waiters lined up in a long line, flowing incessantly as they began serving dishes, as if serving an emperor. This speed, this scale anyway, Chen Nan has only seen it on TV. The huge dining table was quickly packed to capacity. Almost 95% or more of the dishes are something that Chen Nan has never seen before. Bullfighter red ham, invincible emperor crab, 10-year bird's nest, fresh abalone, super lobster, dong sang caviar, bird country battle axe steak. There is a dazzling array of things to look at. Although Hu Rong has come here to consume, she still turns into a sculpture at this moment. How could she have seen so many world-class cutting-edge ingredients? Top 10 luxury rooms. Never visited. 2 words. Luxury. Chen Nan's heart was also shaken enough, but he forced himself to remain calm. Taking a deep breath, my hand immediately stopped shaking, my eyes stopped looking straight. The waiter had just dispersed, but the countryside quickly arrived again, holding a beautifully packaged bottle of red wine. Chen Xiao, this bottle of red wine worth 100,000 Shenzhou coins is produced in Yagua and is a free gift from the hotel. Please enjoy it, both of you. After speaking, we need to open the wine. Is she going to personally serve? The treatment of a distinguished guest is different. Free gift. Chen Nan frowned slightly. I am worried that the massive amount of virtual currency cannot convert real wealth. Can you play this free gift trick for me? Do we have a grudge? Immediately and coldly, he said, no. Tianyuan was taken aback and said, I'm afraid Mr. Chen misunderstood. This is the hotel's policy and has no other meaning. Every new VIP has this treatment. It's just that the price of the complimentary wine varies depending on the level of the VIP. No, you should be interesting. I'm really boring. Okay, then you're not interested. Tianyuan. Do you think I'm someone with poor money? Free, no. I know Qin Xiao doesn't need money, but this is the hotel's policy. If you refuse, I won't be able to pay the bill. Can't even refuse. Is your hotel so domineering? The temperature in Yejian is very comfortable, but at this moment, the countryside is sweating on its forehead. Turning your face without warning. Is the mindset of being extremely rich and lacking so elusive? It seems that it's quite difficult to win him. Is there something wrong with your wine? What do you mean? Are you trying to covet my body? Or are you trying to covet my body? Tianyuan. Hu Rong remained silent, her face quite bright. From the moment her pastoral attitude became respectful, she began to feel confused. Please enter the top-tier elegant room number 2, with luxurious and explosive dishes, extremely fast serving speed, and a huge battle. These make her even more shrouded in mist. Now, one insists on giving away 100,000 yuan of red wine, while the other insists on killing it. It made her even more suspicious that it was in her dream. Chen Xiao. VIP. Not short of money. The lobby manager personally serves. Why is the hotel so respectful to him? It's not because he's handsome. VIP guests have nothing to do with their appearance, and without super strong consumer power, it is impossible for them to be filled with such expensive dishes. He was still a poor loser yesterday. Today, he became a VIP at the Luqing Hotel. Did he perform the miracle of overnight wealth? Or is he just a super rich and young person who is deeply hidden? Judging from Manager Tian's address to him and his reassuring behavior, it should be the latter. Wow, am I so lucky? Oh my god, what exactly did Shifujia miss? Chen Nan's sudden reversal of face was actually intentional. The main purpose is to create a persona of being extremely wealthy, eccentric, and playboy-oriented. The secondary purpose is to strike 2 tool men. It can be said to be profound and far-sighted. Seeing that the countryside was feeling a bit uneasy, Chen Nan's tone softened slightly. It's not impossible for me to accept this bottle of wine, unless you're willing to help me. Chen Xiao, please say, I will definitely help if I can. Sit down and drink it with me. Of course, I would be very happy to accompany Chen Xiao to drink, it's my honor. What are you still standing for? Waiting for a toast. Chen Nan's words made the countryside unable to laugh or cry. I really want to have a toast with you, are you willing? Hu Rong felt very unhappy. So that's why he turned his face around. Does this reveal its true form? Have a toast with someone when we first meet. Scumbag. The countryside looked embarrassed. Chen Xiao is like this. Our hotel stipulates that employees are not allowed to drink alcohol during working hours. We are worried that drinking alcohol may cause accidents and disputes. Okay. You're beautiful, everything you say is right. Tianyuan. For the first time since she learned to speak, she felt clumsy and clumsy. However, when Chen Nan praised her for being beautiful, he couldn't help but feel secretly happy. So drinking tea is always okay, right? Well, then I'll offer a cup of tea instead of wine to Xiao Chen. After speaking, the countryside is going to pour tea for itself. But Chen Nan stopped him again and said, Manager Tian, wait a moment. Since I want to treat you to tea, how can I use the tea provided by the hotel? That's too insincere, isn't it? We need to make a new pot. How about Longjing before the rain? What do you think? Before the rain, Longjing. That's 10,000 yuan per pot. Don't you think the price is low? Then Mount Wui Mother Tree de Hongpo. But I don't like black tea very much, so you have to drink it alone. Chen Xiao misunderstood. Before the rain, I was pleasantly surprised by Longjing. A pot of tea made the countryside drink the taste of national liquor. The atmosphere was very harmonious. 2 hours later. Chen Nan and Hu Rong, who were chubby and chubby, left room too leisurely. At the entrance of the hotel, Tianyuan was already waiting with nearly 100 waiters. Watching the scene of them bowing to bid farewell, Chen Nan suddenly felt the tranquility of time. Shufujia actually dumped me. For me now, is she a ball? If I am willing, my girlfriend can immediately form a women's football team. Moreover, they are all high-scoring girls. The first person to be slapped is her. What expression would she have when she knew I suddenly became capable? It should be very exciting. In the midst of darkness and excitement, the mechanical sound of the system suddenly sounded. The host completes the first consumption of Tool 2 and earns an initial reward of 10 points of Playboy value. Here we are, with clear results. Chen Nan breathed a sigh of relief and said, 10,000 virtual currencies for 10 points of Playboy value are really worth it. For the sake of dandy value, this policy will not waver for at least 3 years. Well, it was just cleaned, so don't be too busy using it. There shouldn't be any danger for now, there's no need to make yourself a muscular man. We are not a fitness coach. The appearance is delicate and the combat power is stronger than that of ordinary people. Now it's quite good. Hey, something's wrong. I have already treated Hu Rong to a luxurious meal, but why hasn't her heart rate increased at all? Judging from her frequent observation of my movements, she should have been shaken, right? Are you so stubborn? However, it's very challenging and I enjoy it. Beautiful skin bags are uniform, interesting souls are 1 in a million. Only fools do multiple choice questions, I want both skin and soul. I just love beautiful and interesting women like Hu Rong. I'll smash them with virtual currency later and see how stubborn you are. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Being a low-key person. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. Being a low-key person. On the way to Jinyo Mall, Hu Rong couldn't help but ask her doubts. Chen, was that meal not cheap just now? Not too expensive, it's just 2 million. 2 million. Are you really rich? She estimated that the meal was around 1 million, but she still underestimated it. If I say I won a special prize by buying lottery tickets, do you believe it? I actually have this suspicion too. Then your suspicion is completely unfounded. Hu Rong. Don't believe it. Why don't you ask if I'm lying to you? Did you lie to me? Yes. How could I possibly buy a lottery ticket? Where did you get the money from? Did you rob the bank last night? Shoo, be a low-key person. Chen Nan had a serious expression on his face. Hu Rong is truly a person with high emotional intelligence and knows how to cooperate. Intentionally giving a flustered glance, he then asked in a low voice, "Did you really rob the bank?" She certainly doesn't believe that Chen Nan dares to rob the bank. How dare he have the courage to touch his girlfriend who has been chasing him for 3 years? Actually, she knew that Chen Nan stood in the stands of the sports stadium all night last night. I saw it with my own eyes while running with my best friend this morning. This move is both out of curiosity and a desire to quickly establish a closer relationship with Chen Nan. He really has money, and this judgment has been confirmed. Since you have caught a big fish, of course you have to feed it in your own fish pond. Such high-quality fish, more is better. Robbing a bank. What are you thinking? Chen Nan, how elegant I am. How could I do such vulgar and despicable things? Cut. Are you still elegant? Please respect the dictionary. This is a woman. Hu Rong threw a big white eye and said, "What's wrong with the woman? Do you have a disagreement? Even though you love me so much in your heart, you insist on saying something unpleasant in your mouth. Go ahead, who loves you? Damn it. Are you talking nonsense again? I knew it would be like this. So, do you know women well?" "Almost so. Yeah, I almost forgot your title as the Straw Hat King. Chen Nan. Can you chat? Do you still want to play happily? We've all spent a lot of money treating you to dinner, why hasn't your perception of me changed? This little girl's consciousness is obviously not as high as that of Manager Tian. It seems that my vision is still as good as ever. Countryside has more development prospects than Hu Rong." After a moment of silence, Hu Rong asked a new question. "Why not change your outfit? Do you like to be looked down upon by others? Do you have a tendency to be abused? Being a person requires being low-key. Why not change to a good phone? You can keep your phone in your pocket, not to mention being high-profile. Hu Rong doesn't want to easily end this topic. Can you still keep it in your pocket all the time? You always have to take it out and use it, right? A good phone that doesn't stand out. Being a person should be low-key. Go keep a low profile." Hu Rong gave Chen Nan a displeased glance and said, "You keep a low profile both here and there. Why didn't you keep a low profile at the Leking Hotel just now? That's not a low-key place, and I want to earn you face. Give me face." "Oh, I'm so flattered. Are you shocked now? So why don't you quickly increase your heart rate? She is indeed a woman who speaks deceitfully." Hu Rong tilted her head and glanced at Chen Nan. "Thank you, then. If you really want to thank me, I have no objection. However, don't make too much of a fuss, and be low-key in your character. Go to your sister's low profile." Hu Rong was angry. "That's all they said. Who wants to thank you so much? Aren't you trying to be low-key? Today, I'll make you low-key." She does have a high emotional intelligence and is also skilled at fishing. After just chatting for a while, our relationship with Chen Nan became much more familiar, and it really had a bit of a romantic vibe. Moreover, I also took the opportunity to give Chen Nan a preventive shot to avoid appearing too abrupt when I suggested buying earrings later. She is indeed a true gold digger. But she doesn't want Chen Nan, this big fish, to treat her as a gold digger. Although the big fish have already been raised in the fish pond, they cannot be harvested in the long run. A pair of earrings cannot satisfy her appetite yet. Do you want to be high-profile? I'm happy to accompany you crazy. Chen Nan's arrogance on the surface is boundless, but he keeps roast on the inside, hu xiaonyo. I do plan to keep a low profile at the moment, but being low-key doesn't mean self-harm, does it? Do you think I really want to wear street vendors? Do you really want to use a broken phone? 8 rounds of flipping only cost a total of 30 yuan. What equipment can I exchange for? Without you as a tool person by my side, I dare not even enter a small restaurant. You are now my god of wealth. Hurry up and spend freely, so that you can quickly become my loyal fan. As long as I achieve small goals, I will become a billionaire. At that time, I will let you know what being high-profile is. Just like this, the two of them came to the Golden Bull Mall with their sharp tongues and swords all the way. With the groundwork ahead, Hu Rong directly stated her goal for today. I have a crush on an earring. Aren't you going crazy with me? Then you can buy it for me. No problem, keep walking. With a big wave of his hand, Chen Nan also had a hint of a great general's demeanor. A good opportunity to increase one's heart rate is only rejected by fools. If you dare to be a gold digger, I will be willing to be the scapegoat. As long as you convert yourself into a loyal fan, you will receive 100 million yuan, and there will be a 10-point Playboy value reward, so you won't lose out no matter what. Can you still spend 100 million yuan on my virtual currency? Even if you have exceptional abilities and spend money recklessly. Even if I use 1 billion virtual currencies to take care of you, I won't be at a loss. Hurry up and make crazy purchases, please, hu xiaonyo. Just, don't forget to increase your heart rate. To Chen Nan's surprise, as soon as he entered the jewelry store, he met an acquaintance. And it's also the person he least wants to see. Brother Fan, how are these earrings? Do they match me? Xu Fujia gestured back and forth several times in front of the mirror with a pair of earrings, looking intoxicated. How beautiful it looks, it feels like these earrings are tailor-made for her. Even if she is not beautiful to others, at least she is beautiful to herself. The love from the corner of the eye is visible to fools. Not bad. But I've been a bit tight lately. Let's talk about it later. Let's go explore other places. Zheng Linfan's expression seemed a bit impatient. He is not as foolish as Chen Nan. Save money, take on multiple part-time jobs, just to make Bo Marin smile. Even if she can't even hold her hand, even if it's always his head hot, even if she doesn't hesitate to wear a straw hat for him, she must do her best to meet the consumption needs of her beloved goddess. Is this effort still a full 3 years? The goddess did not pursue her, but instead earned the nickname of the King of Grass Hats. Nevertheless, Chen Nan still enjoys it. Looking back now, his approach is indeed too clumsy. The key point is that Shufujia is not even the goddess of Zheng Linfan. Not even a legitimate girlfriend. At best, it is just one of his many spare tires. There is a certain similarity between Zheng Linfan and Hu Rong in this regard. There are countless spare tires and countless fish in a pond. One is a man with soft rice, and the other is a woman who worships gold. End of this chapter.